Well, as you know, Valentine's Day is less than 10 days away, and many of you might be looking for the best restaurants or gifts, but it's also a great time to talk about a topic that many couples fight over, which is money. Lina Evans, as always, joining us from Bank of America. Lina, it's great to have you back. Let's talk about what advice do you have for folks at home ahead of Valentine's Day?
For sure, yes. I mean, definitely do all the Valentine's goodies and all that kind of stuff, but make sure that it's within your budget. We always talk about budgeting. You know, the best place to start is to have an open dialogue about your finances with your partner. This is going to include discussing your financial goals, priorities, your current financial state, of course, as well. Topics like income, savings, investments, and debt. Very, very, very important step to have this conversation. Research states that 1 in 3 partnered Americans view money as a source of conflict in their relationship. That's a lot. That's most of us in this room here. Creating a safe space to discuss your financial goals will ensure you're always on the same page and will allow you and your partner to align on financial priorities.
That's awesome. I'll definitely be having to heed some of that advice. But we talk about just getting that conversation started. There are a lot of options for couples out there to manage their finances together. What do you recommend as the best place to get started?
Well, first of all, I don't recommend doing it at a restaurant on Valentine's Day, not the time or the place, but really starting out talking about whether your finances should be combined or separate really is super important. This is to discuss if merging your finances will be beneficial to meeting your goals. Catalog what each person brings. Every couple's financial situation is unique based on their own situation. So mix of combined or separate finances. There's no one correct way to go about your finances with your partner. A couple may, for example, one couple may have separate credit cards so they can, build their credit score, all of that kind of stuff, but have joint checking and savings for shared expenses or to reach future financial goals and rewards.
You mentioned those things. Those are just some of the many things that couples have to manage. There are many accounts, bills, and payments that must be managed. But so how could couples best manage their finances together?
It may seem intimidating or daunting to open up about finances, but one of the best ways is to really set one day a month that you sit down and you talk about it. Look at when all of everything is due, back into that date, and just have it set, put it on your calendar, block that time, do it at dinner, at home. Again, not in public, do it at home, and just have a routine around having that conversation. It can be a process that can really help strengthen your relationship in the long run. The better you communicate about money, the better your chances are for a successful relationship, and continuing to have the conversation over and over and over again. Again, make it a routine. It's really, really, really important.
Continuing the conversations means that conversation must have had already started. Sure. You recommend don't do it on dinner on Valentine's Day. So I challenge folks at home, get with your partner the week before, but how do we initiate that conversation with them?
It can be a little scary, but I think one of you, both of you, watch this segment, come together and just say, what are we trying to accomplish? What are you trying to accomplish as an individual? What are we trying to accomplish as a couple? And it's kind of just like ripping that Band-Aid off, that Valentine's Day Band-Aid. It's a great way to start the year, you guys. Rip off that Valentine's Day Band-Aid, have your cheesecake and strawberries, and talk about what your future goals are.
Of course, and thank you for everything, Lina. We're always happy to have you join us. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back right after this.
Thanks.